always make major moves. Still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Till we all big time. Face on my rollie on big time. Face on my goals, that's a big climb. Still my flow is unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I need it, I ain't where I wanna be, I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my darkest of thoughts. I am a force. I harbor the light that's inside of my heart. I write in my art and give you my story. You the witness, I came on a mission to give you my pain and give you my glory. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining, nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. I overcame all the odds. I ain't been playing it safe, nah. I was just giving my all. I'm taking it there. Hop in the Wraith and we lay in the stars. I made it happen to bars, yeah. I was just playing my cards. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. It's gonna be a riot, doubt me it's quiet. I got the can of gas, I'm about to ignite. I am driven, I won't ever get tired, cause I've been left behind, I have to get right. Waiting on a sign, now I just wait on myself. Got nothing weighing on the mind. One thing I learned after all this time, that mountain you carry meant for you to climb. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining, nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. Yeah. Should I style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. set to throw.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
Oh, what a move. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Packers. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Throwing on first down is Lance. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Blue striker. Yellow.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Ready, break. Hey, home field.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Lance now on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Lions nothing.
Got it. Smash, red. Hey, smash. Black ultras. Ready?
Lance looking to throw it. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Black shot.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Let's go.
5 wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side.
Slide through.
Lance and company going on 4th down. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards remain for second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 57 yards. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns.
The kicker on
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Ready?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On the double.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
Green Jack. Claude Ray.
To throw, it's Lance.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on fourth down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
Ready. Get ready.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
Lance to throw for it on fourth down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And a failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a first and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on first and goal. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Touchdown, Packers.
Romeo Doubs.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21.
Lions 7.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on fourth down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
Blaster, six. Ready,
On play action, Lance. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
let's go now.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. You're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So fourth down coming up. What do you expect?
They've gone for it time after time. They haven't punted yet. I don't know what's right anymore.
Here we go. Fourth down, Lance. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Lance. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Throwing now is Lance. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They do go for it. Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barber. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
To throw again on second down, Lance. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And Lance now to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers just continue to roll. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Devontae Wyatt, his 2nd sack of the night.
Black ultra. Red, psychic.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ultra.
39-yard line.
Yellow.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Trey Lance with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession 4th quarter lead. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Packers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36. Off of play action, here's Lance. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Drill green. Hey, green. Blackford, six.
Desperation time here. Lance. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a man, complete. wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
107 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's going on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Green Bay, that early momentum continues here as they move